Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Absolute ShayShay here with another story. I told you guys I would be coming with the Vegas story. Here it is. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're already part of the family, nice to see you again. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Like, really, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And turn on your notification so you never miss on any of my stories. So, let's hop right in. Alright, so yes, last year we decided to take a trip to Vegas. I was like, it's my husband's birthday and we decided to, where can we go? And I'm like, your girl never been to Vegas. And I'm like, we should go to Vegas. So, I planned all this stuff and I didn't tell my husband. I was like, that was his surprise birthday gift from me. And, since the end of the year before, end of 2018, I was like started planning and I'm like, all right, where do we want to go? What is it that we want to do? And so I was like, all right, let's take a trip, let's just kind of get away. Let's go, take a vacation, because there was a lot of things going on. We were starting a new business, and it had taken a lot out of me. And so I was like, I need a break. I need a vacation. I need to get out of it. I need a week just to regroup. So yes, and so we winded down to going to Vegas. Well, I winded down to Vegas. I made all the decisions and planning and all that stuff. He had no idea until the day we're going on the trip. He knows where we're going when I had to literally hand him his boarding pass. And even then, I didn't want to hand him it because I'm like, it's gonna say where we're going. So, this took, for me, months planning, trying to figure out where to go, what we needed to do. Again, in Vegas, there's a lot of stuff you can do, and you can get into trouble. And there's some fun stuff to do in Vegas. Everything is fun in Vegas. I was not going to go gamble. Your girl was, I'm not a gambler. So I'm like, there's other stuff that can be done in Vegas besides gambling. So I was like, all right, let's do this. And planned out everything. The hard part for me was so yeah, your girl had planned out everything, the flights, where we were staying at, if we were doing ride sharing or if we were renting a car, and all the necessity stuff that you need for going out on a trip. So I planned all that stuff and I was like, all right, we're getting ready, and I'm like, hey babe, you get your stuff ready, pack your bags, we're going on a trip. And he's like, where are we going? And I'm like, I'm not telling you. And I just want you to get ready, get in the car. Because we were taking we had to head to the airport. And so we were taking a road trip. I took a road trip one time, and before me taking this road trip, I could have said, sure, let's, hop in the car and we're going to drive. After that road trip, no. The girl said, never again. If anybody ever hears me say I'm taking a road trip, shoot me.
Say hello to my little friend!
Literally. Because this road trip took everything out of me. But again, that's for another video. So yes, the day of, we're getting ready to go on this trip. And we're getting everything ready. And so I got a babysitter because we wasn't taking the kids. It was just going to be me and my husband that was going on the trip. And so, I got my mom to watch the little one and my 10-year-old at the time. And again, this was around, school time. So we wasn't taking a family trip. And so my husband's, the entire time, he's like, where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? And I'm like, I'm not telling you. Stop asking. When you get it to the airport, because, obviously I can't, once you get to the area where you're boarding the plane, they have the sign there that says, where are you going? So obviously I can't keep it a secret anymore. You're going to know where we're going. And he's like, but I want to know before we go. And I'm like, you just gonna have to be patient because I'm not telling you. So yeah, and it was hard. It was hard. He tried, like I had to clear out my history. I had to clear out from my history on my phone, on my computer, just so that he would not find where we're going. And other things I would do is like I would search up to the Bahamas, to international trips. And so my husband, like, just to throw him off, so he wouldn't figure out where exactly we're going. He just know that we're taking a trip someplace, and day up. And so our flight leaves at around about 5 o'clock going to 6 o'clock at night. So yeah, we were taking a night flight to Vegas. And it's always beautiful if you ever get a chance to fly at night. It is gorgeous. The lights and everything as you're starting to land, it's gorgeous. Especially going to Vegas. And so we got to the airport. We actually, due to the fact that we were taking off at another airport and returning at a different airport, we drove to the airport that we were coming back to, park the car there, and Ubered the rest to the other airport, which we had them kind of close by, but not, each was in a different county. And so we took the flight out that night, and we were tired. We were we had a lot of planning to do that day. So by the time we got on the plane and we took off, we were done. We were tired. We were exhausted, and especially the fact that we stayed down in Florida. So we kind of there's that time difference. So Vegas is about 3 hours behind us. But so by the time we got there, we weren't calling anybody back home saying, hey, we landed all right. We were waiting for the next morning. But again, we were 3 hours behind. So we got there, it was around like 11, almost midnight when we were checking into the hotel. And so we couldn't call home because it was about like 2 o'clock in the morning for people back in Florida. And so it was kind of like, all right, we landed. It was gorgeous. I'll insert pictures of what it looked like from when we were in the plane. And we landed. It was like the lights was the first thing that kind of sold me that we're here. Like you could see all the lights, and TV don't do it justice. It was gorgeous. And so yeah, we landed, and once we landed, we took a shuttle to pick up the vehicle because we had reservation for a rental car. So, and I was like, my husband really likes the sports cars, so I'll reserve a sports, the sports car, and we ended up getting the Dodge Challenger, and my husband loves the vroom vroom of those cars. So I was like, yes, we were able to do that. And literally we got outside and he saw the car and he was like, oh my gosh, I love this car. So yeah, and he was just like a big baby, literally. So we got in the car and, I plugged in the GPS and we were like, I am starving, because that whole day we were busy getting everything ready, and we still had to deal with clients from our business, and so we didn't get a chance to eat nothing. So we took this plane ride without eating anything except for the plane, they give you these little snacks, literally pretzels and a soda. I had an apple juice. So yeah, and so when we land, we're we're getting ready to go to the hotel, and I'm like, on my way there, and I'm like, babe, we gotta get something to eat. And he's like, where you wanna go? Because I'm hungry too. And I'm like, I don't know, we're in Vegas. Anywhere. There's literally stuff everywhere. So, you know, we kind of drove around for a little bit because, again, we're new to this and we're like, all right, you know, plugging in and trying to see where places we can go to. And we're like, we don't want to get nothing because, again, it's literally almost midnight and Vegas time. So we're not only trying to adjust to this new time, and for us, in our minds, it's literally about like 2 in the morning, back home time, you know. So we gotta adjust to the time, and we kind of stopped and got something to, you know, a quick bite, and went to the hotel to check in. Got to the hotel. When I tell you it's midnight, like literally you would think everybody's already situated. Can you tell me how there's a line of people waiting to check into the hotel we were staying at? And we were staying at the Excalibur, you know. It was like this medieval hotel, and it was nice, you know. If I ever go back to Vegas, will I stay there again? No, I would like to try another place, you know. When we actually started walking, we found other places that, hey, if I had done more of my research, you know, maybe we would have stayed there. So yeah, and we went, checked in to
2,000 years later.
30 minutes to, it was about 30 minutes to 45 minutes to finally get checked in and go to our room and whatnot. And we got there, we got into our rooms. It was like we were literally up there. Like, I believe at the tower we stayed at, there's about 30, it goes up to 30 floors. And I believe we were on the 26th or the 27th floor. And literally you are up there and you could see everything. And we were on the Vegas Strip, so you could see all the hotels from, you know, a distance. So you can't see that far, but you could see. And the way where our window's situated, you could see across the street had the Big Apple, and all that stuff. And so we were like, I'm like, my husband, I looked at him and I said, "You want to go on a walk?" And he's like, "I want to sleep. We can do that tomorrow." So I'm like, yes, because I am jet lagged, I'm tired, I'm like, I just want to hit the bed and go to sleep. And so yeah, that was our first night in Vegas. Went to sleep, you know, woke up the next day, got up early, you know, set an alarm to get up to go and make sure we got breakfast, you know, in order for us to start our day. And we did the breakfast package, and so I was like, all right, you know, I kind of had some things planned, and we went and had breakfast, and we started our day, you know, kind of walking around. And yes, what they tell you about those people who try to get you to go watch timeshare is true. It's true. And they like out of nowhere approached. I didn't even see the man coming. I didn't even, like, he kind of just poof appeared out of nowhere, like he was Houdini.
Okay.
And so he was like, you know, "Hey guys, I want to like interest you in X, Y, and Z." I don't even remember what half the stuff the man was like, but you guys gotta, you know, go and watch this video and stuff like that. And they're gonna be here tomorrow. So and keep in mind, we're not here for very many. Like, I believe we were there for 5 days. And so this guy wanted us to go take out a day from our plan to go and see this. And I'm like, no, we're good. And so dodged him. And so we were like, all right, you know, we made it out. We hit the strip, and we went down to downtown Vegas first. So I said, you know what? I heard a lot of things about downtown Vegas. Let's go downtown Vegas. We got in the car and we drove there. Literally wasn't far. And so we spent the day there. It was gorgeous. You know, I'll insert some pictures and have you guys see how, like, literally it was amazing. We got to see artists, you know, that normally we would see on Facebook and YouTube, and you know, he did an amazing art. We thought about buying. My husband was like, what he wanted to buy. It had literally, by the time he was like, I wanted, somebody had already purchased it. So he was like, then I don't want no more, and we were not waiting for him to do another one. So yeah, and we walked around, and it was nice. It was nice. We got to see this literally right here, this giant, I believe they're called centipedes. No, those are like not centipedes. I'll insert a clip of what it is. And so I'm like, wow. And so after that, you know, we got hungry and we're like, we're not gonna stay here. Let's kind of go explore. Let's see what like outside of the Vegas Strip, you know, what everybody, let's kind of go out and see what is around. And so, you know, we went out and we had lunch at I believe it was a Mexican place, and it was nice. I loved the meal. We had fun, you know, talked a little bit, and then we hopped in the car and kind of drove back, and we're like, all right, let's hit the Strip and see what the Strip is all about, because that night I had plans for us to go out and see. So yeah, you know, that night I had plans to go and see a show, and one of the shows we wanted to go and see was one of the Cirque du Soleil shows, and we kind of never got around to it. By the time we try to pick dates, and you gotta plan this well before you get down to Vegas. Don't think you're gonna come down to Vegas, and unless if you stay for an extended period, like a long 2 weeks maybe. But again, we were only there for about 5 days, and everything was kind of planned. So the days we actually tried to get tickets to go and see the Cirque du Soleil show, they were already booked. So I didn't get to see Cirque du Soleil. And I say next time I go to Vegas, first thing on my list, I'm planning to see a Cirque du Soleil a show, honestly. But yeah, I had one of the shows planned for us to go see. I'll insert the name of the show, you know, here. And so we went out to the Strip, and we, you know, walked around for a little bit, and went back, got ready, and we went to the show. And it was lovely, you know, it was kind of like a couples show. And so it was kind of, you know, nice, quiet, little cozy area, and we loved it, you know, kind of sat up in the front, and it was great, you know. Finished with that, you know, and we went back to the hotel, and we're kind of like, all right, what do we want to do? We don't want to kind of be like that couple that stays in the room. We came to Vegas. It's Vegas after all. And so we made it to the room, and we changed, and we're like, let's hit the Strip. So, because the Strip is long. The Strip is long. And we're like, if we walk this distance, you know, and then next time we'll kind of make the rest, you know, kind of do it in increments. That's basically how we ended up doing Vegas. We did it in increments, because it was a lot. Like, you would walk into this place, and you gotta walk around, and there's a bunch of different, you know, places you want to see. You want to take, like, we took a bunch of pictures. So we made it down to we didn't go all the way down to Caesar's Palace. We had made it to Hollywood Planet. I believe that's what it's called. I might, if not, I'll correct it. So yeah, and we made it there. We walked around, and we went back to the hotel, because it was a lot. So then we were like, all right, you know, the next day